Let's just see how this goes. Okay. Okay. Spaceship, right?
One month
Yeah.
ago, a terrible explosion tore open the skies above northern Kalimdor. At that
No
moment,
subtitles.
the great ship Exodar plummeted from the heavens and crashed upon the world of Azeroth. Having fled the ravaged world of Outland, the noble Draenei used the dimension-traveling Exodar
Yeah, now they
to
see
reach
Star and
safe
Stormwind.
haven. Inspired by tales of the heroic alliance that stood against the might of the Burning Legion, the Draenei have come to enlist aid in retaking their shattered homeland. Dedicated to preserving life and upholding the tenets of the Holy Light, the Draenei hope to gather a new coalition of warriors
I think I
to
saw this
battle
zone
the Burning Legion and put a halt to its
2 or 3
horrific burning
times
crusade.
back when I started the game.
Armed only with courage and
Got
their
lost.
unshakable
Quit.
faith in the light, the Draenei look forward to finding the Alliance and ushering them towards the destiny that awaits beyond the skies of Azeroth. Now, the fate of 2 worlds rests in your hands.
Yeah, I don't recall this zone at all. What's it even called? Diamond Vale? Okay. Nothing. There's nothing there, it's just messed up building. Are you rope?
The Naru have not forgotten us.
Never mind my injury, sister. It's a miracle that any of us are alive. They don't look like you pull through and suspension for weeks. The Exodar crash. So this is the Exodar. This is the ship and no, that's something else I guess. But a relief that you're alive. Thanks to you with you leading our efforts, I'm sure we'll get to safety soon. Well, he's gonna be in the bottom. Okay.
Safe journey.
Okay. Dude, I want to check out this area, like... That's what you're doing tomorrow. Okay.
May the light embrace you.
It's good to see you're alive and well. Alright, with the Eternal Soul, it is good to see you. I don't know why the X-Star crashed. Only those of us that were in this part of the ship remain. Wow.
Favor the road, traveler.
Our main concern is the depleted state of our healing crystals. We must replenish them quickly. Unfortunately, the only way to do that at this point is to extract the blood from the local Veil Moth. Their blood will make a suitable substitute. Okay. Places. There are most of this. Okay. Quarter 8 miles of moth blood. Moth blood. The nearby Veil. Okay.
Do not lose faith.
So what's over here? Shaman, Paladin, okay.
I hope you find something useful.
I hope you find something useful.
I'm a mage, right? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, excuse me.
Each day is a blessing.
You practitioners of the arcane and the elemental ways follow the never-ending path of discovery. Is that why you seek my counsel?
Seek the path of the light.
Gotcha. Now where's this other quest? Outside?
Good fortune.
How are we going to get out of here? Volatile mutations. Okay. The irradiated powers cores from the XR have been wreaking havoc on the environment here. The most obvious effect has been the appearance to the strange creatures that seem to have sprung up near them. There may be something we can do to help them, but now their sheer numbers are becoming too much for us to handle. I'd like to go out and cull their numbers. Someone, perhaps I'll have another idea after giving them some thought. Kill 8 volatile mutations and return to. Okay. That's you. Okay.
Gaionis Aka. May the light embrace you.
Alright. United mutation. Okay, so let's see. Abilities are. That's the heal, right? Okay. Oh, 3-minute cooldown. Action bars. Bottom left, right. Should be good for now. Okay, frost armor increase the armor by 30. The enemy strikes caster. Just stays on. Set it with cooldown. Okay. Put that there. Get this out of the way. Repels a fireball.
I'm out of range.
It's range again. 35 yards. Turn that on.
Hearken on, folks.
No.
May the light embrace you.
So we did. Oh.
Remember the lessons of the past.
You can't cast firewall moving, okay. Well.
I need to get closer. I need more mana.
I'm out of mana that quick, okay. Oh boy. There's gonna be a lot of downtime. 30 mana. Okay, I wonder, can I hit it once? The guy. Okay,
My mana is
you're not
low.
gonna help me. Got it, you're useless. I might need to step away for a minute. Fine. Actually, let me take this out to explore the area. No gold. Okay, so this is this. Okay. What are you? Okay. So now we can let's not mess with that. Got it. Shouldn't be here right now. Okay. Okay. Can't go that high. How about here? How can I go through this? I can go through that. Okay. Should be able to go up there. guess not. Oh. Almost took a dive. Whoa. This looks quite dark in my recording. Something I'll have to play with. Level up. We do get full mana when we level up. Good. Yeah, that's the ship. Can I heal you? Not countering. Okay, here's where I came from. Yeah. I wonder if this area is in retail. Wait, current.
It's too far away.
Right, gearing up's gonna be fun. Shaman. That there's more quests. What's this in the center? Just fragments of the ship. It's a big old ship. Oh, nice crit.
I need to target something first.
Oh. boy.
Not
Wrong
enough
there.
mana.
Can't wear the leather gloves. What? Paladin? Paladin. Huh. What's up there? Hmm. What are you? Oh, just a survivor. Okay, fire doesn't last that long. 4 seconds. Oh, wait. So 4 seconds, so every 2 seconds. Okay. Sure. It's not that great. 2 fire damage over 4 seconds. Not a total of 8 additional fire damages. Alright. Let's see what's over here. I'm sure it's gonna be quite. Oh, we're here? Dude who killed the skunk. Okay. Ooh. Oh. Wait, what? What's it called? It's the thing you can turn off, if I recall, right? Because that's annoying. It's a camera thing, right? Is this what I'm thinking of? Nope. So this is gonna take time. There we go. Literally set camera. What the fuck? Trace camera, what? So, is this what I want? Never. Yes. Oh, what are you? Huh. Silly. Oh boy. Okay. It's another quest over there. Oh, dude died. Diamond Fields. Hmm. It's the Ashramist Isle. Okay.
Each day is a blessing. Warm wishes to you.
What do I want to give right now for a healing crystal? Word, Treasure Watch, Mage, a couple of mutated beasts jumped the inlet, and my leg is injured. I was sent on a scouting mission from the Treasure Watch after we received word from Sana. Please, could you go speak with caregiver, Chellin? In my steed. Instead. She needs to know how many people to expect in the Treasure Watch, just crossing the Crystal Brook River here and continue following the road. Okay. Okay, that's how I get to the end. Speak to the caregiver Chalon, the issue watch. Cool.
Dionis Aka.
It's further in. Let's go see what's going on down there. Interesting. So it's 1, 2, it says 5. Alright, let's go down there. Blood Elf Scouts over here, okay. Up there, up there. Okay. Thank you, man. Nope. I assume I'm not ready for the quest. And that's why it's not showing up. Yeah, let's make that assumption. No, there's nothing here. I'll be back. There's a cave down there. Fine. Alright, let's see. Chick-fil-A. Alright. Somehow, not somehow, just bad management, but I ran out of space. So in the middle of the recording, I get a message saying that we're out of space. Alright, I should be fine fighting the Alkins. Yeah, we'll be fine. I want to go find this cave. See where it's... You know what? Let me turn these quests in. Because I'm sure I'm going to come this way anyway. We have 2 quests right here. They're going to eventually usher us up over there.
Good fortune.
Many are the path of the light, Mage. You must decide which to follow on this world or any other. Inoculation. Sana needs our help to salvage parts from the Exodar. Terex prepared an inoculation that can be given to the Nestwood can eliminate the area with a lot of salvage sites over there. Just get close to the unaffected ones and use a crystal on them. Unfortunately, you'll have to kill the others, okay? And you'll find the Alcan Nestwood thickness at the Nestlewood Thicket and Nestlewood Hills to the southeast. Use the inoculation crystal on 6 Nestlewood Alcan, then return to the Vindicator Aldor. At the crash site at okay. You will want the armor.
May your days be long and your
Maybe.
hardships few.
One wishes to you.
Technician Shauna. This emitter is driving me nuts. I'm missing all sorts of parts that I need. Okay. So the jellyfish thing is over there. I assume. We match the recovery damage, holographic emitter from the crash. If we repair it, we'll have a chance to find those survivors outside of the Yemen Vale. There were devices from the ship that would be that could be salvaged for spare parts in the area, but the local law can carry them off before we can get to them. He must go southeast, just south. Find this. Okay. Collect 4 emitters. Excuse me. Collect 4 emitters, certain parts, and then return. Yep. Pants.
Remain vigilant. Blessings upon you. You wish to buy? Trade?
Okay, sell. If it's cloth, I keep it.
Remember the lessons of the past.
.31%. That's funny.
The Legion's end draws near.
Alright. Heavy harvest, the necessary moth blood. For the healing crystals yet. With survivors scattered all over the veil, time is at the essence. Regardless, creatures have to die, so they might live. Most command killing is not the right way. Okay. Cool. Yeah, I don't have boots, so. Urgent delivery. Now you've gathered all of the, all that we need to replenish our healing crystals, and you need to deliver the vial to Salty, our priest. You find him tending to the wounded inside of the central chamber of the ship. Okay.
Be kind to those less fortunate.
Another quest showed up. Good. Balana.
Krona Kai Christor.
Alright, you're finished. That's good news. Hopefully we can find a way to avoid the killing of these mutated beasts in the future. I believe I have found a formula plan that might give us an alternative solution to this, but I will need your help. Quest. Alright. The nearby lake has been contaminated by one of the ship's power crystals. Many of the plants and animals of the main veil have been mutated because of this. I have a theory on how to heal the lake, but I must have samples from the mutated lashers for analysis. They can be found to the west of the inland fields. We help Mage. Gather 10 of these samples and return them to T-Rex. Okay.
Be kind to those less
That's
fortunate.
these guys over here. Must be done. Okay.
Good health, long life. The Naru have not forgotten us. Krona Kai Christor.
I'm sure that would help botanist. Oh, okay. We have to find solutions to our problems with that blood work. The immense fields to the west are the primary breeding ground for the local lasher population. The corruption of the water table. The nearby lake, botanist Therex is worried that the lashes will not be able to repopulate themselves once we've cleansed the lake. Go to the main fields and pick up some of the corrupted flowers for me, so that I might take a look at them and see what can be done. You should be able to identify them. Okay. Collect 3 corrupted flowers and then return them.
May your days be long and your hardships few.
Open your heart to the light.
Training. Okay. We'll get a bag. I don't get a bag. Yep. Good work. This will do nicely to replenish our depleted healing crystals. Okay. The healing crystals are replenished, but that is not the only way we can help the injured. All the Draenei have to give to Denaru to heal. You must use this ability to heal one of the crash survivors. You'll find most of the survivors in the areas to the west or northwest, but the crash scattered us all over the Vale. The survivors have suffered from exposure to the irradiated power of crystals, so you should be able to find them. Okay. I do get a bag. It's 4 slot. Use your gift as an hour ability on one of the Draenei survivors, spread throughout the inland Vale, then return to. Okay.
May your days be long,
2.
and your hardships few.
Come here.
Be
Yes.
kind to those less fortunate.
Greetings, friend.
Mage training. Okay. Should be interesting. I don't know how. I'm pleased that you have come seeking the knowledge when we have so much to do. If your magical skills have to be honed. For over 100 years, I have taught the arcane, frost, and fire magics, and I can feel them just as strongly on this world. Would you please? Okay.
Do not lose faith. Arcanon Poros.
There we go. Increase target select by 2 for 30 minutes. Anything else? It's too expensive? Too expensive. No. What? Level 6. Got it.
Blessings upon your family.
Is it K? No, it's P. What happened? Somebody died? Okay, This guy up. Goes up. Goes up. That's just for me. Interesting. Still check. It's so blurry. Alright, it's gone. Uh-oh. Something broke. Add-ons died. Alright, 1's back up. 2 is back up. There we go. That's done. Yeah, go to the ship. Going for these things over here now, right? Yeah. Then I'm gonna get these guys over here.
closer.
It's not in range? Dude, come on. Alright,
I'm out of range.
that's about 35 yards. 15. 1. 2. That's it. Decent.
It's too far away. I need to get closer.
Well, I mean, these are being picked up at a decent. Be quiet, because you're gonna ruin this, and this is gonna take forever. So 30 mana. 2 shots. Beat it with a stick. Come on, I'll throw on a podcast.
And it's interesting to see what goes on behind it. I don't necessarily want to go and make a movie, but I still like listen to a good commentary track. So I think this applies. Like the next thing I have on my calendar here is on Wednesday, first day of the show, is Rob Pardo talking about Blizzard's approach to multiplayer game design. I have no real practical interest in that, but I could see just kind of that seems like an interesting thing to go and hear about. So
yeah,
I'm gonna go check that out.
I have advanced dialogue techniques, which I didn't write down. It's David Freeman, which I think this is a Mass Effect.
I think it's a Mass Effect thing.
Yeah, I think it's David Freeman. Oh no, David Freeman is.
Oh yes, the Freeman Group.
The Freeman Group. You know
Our
them.
friends.
Emotion in games. You know those guys. Anyway, it's basically going to be
a lot of PPS.
Yeah, they're going to be talking kind of about how to write better dialogue for games and more believable sounding characters, which I think there are a lot of really wooden game characters out there that just are super flat.
Oh, can I tell you about a game that has some really wooden, flat, and generic and awful characters?
No, okay, fine.
There's a game called Lost Odyssey for the Xbox 360.
Oh yeah, how's that going?
You know, I gotta say, I'm not a fan. I should preface that with the fact that I'm not a fan of necessarily that kind of game, like your traditional Japanese RPG. It has to be something really special for me to really even pay attention.
Didn't realize I had water.
I think Persona 3 was the last game of that type that I was even mildly interested in, and that was mostly because characters always had to blow their brains out to fight.
Right.
But,
it sounds like Lost Odyssey is putting a capital T in traditional, right? I mean, it's
absolutely, like achingly so.
It's like a SNES game, but somewhat prettier.
Somewhat, though. It's still kind of inconsistent on the visuals. It's not always like great.
Girl, why are you not hitting?
Stiff movement to them, and the dialogue is just so thick with just technical jargon and just it's needlessly obtuse and like slow and overly melodramatic, and just basically all the things that kind of define Japanese RPGs storytelling type. But
what's the
so yeah, those guys I would say could either use a better translator,
what's
or they might want to go and check out this session that you're talking about.
Yeah, so that sounds like a potentially interesting session. We'll see.
Spirit.
I mean, I should also preface this by saying I wrote down all the sessions that sounded interesting. I'll consider myself lucky if I make it to half of them.
Oh yeah, I'm going for
Better
about a
generation by
quarter.
23
of
for seconds not casting.
Like, except for some of these, like, you would have to just line up so ridiculously early to get into.
Oh yeah, probably.
I have to imagine the push for some of these 2:30 Wednesday Q&A with Sid Meier, which there's a dude who's got very lengthy tenure in the game industry and pretty well regarded, and just kind of be interesting to hear what that guy has to say about stuff.
Yeah, the 230 stuff that I wrote down. There's a thing from Chris Butcher from Bungie talking about Halo 3's matchmaking. And,
I saw that.
And just kind of breaking down, like, I don't know, I find that interesting just in a technical sense of, like, how they go about matching up skills. And I've read documents about kind of how how Microsoft's true skill system works, but this seems to go beyond that. And I don't know, I'm fascinated to see how they're determining skills and how they're really matching players together, because there are a lot of games out there that still don't seem to get that aspect of it right, and Halo 3 seems pretty good about matching up players well, and I'm just interested in hearing about how it all really works.
And that's kind of the end of the day on Wednesday for me. So after 2:30, so after 3:30, I'm getting drunk, y'all.
Nice. There's also
nothing else going on.
well, there are some other things going on Wednesday, like how to create an industry where Alan Alcorn and Ralph Baer are gonna spit game about the old days, and I imagine they'll probably come off as crazy codgers or ridiculous amusements.
I do like the idea of video game time.
Yeah, like back in my day when we were making the Odyssey, we didn't have these fancy optical disc technology.
Takes time.
We made KC Munchkin, and then we got sued for it. Whatever. I think that could be potentially fascinating. Is hearing these guys talk about how they made a Pong machine, and then went on to make some of this other stuff. And then later on that night are going to be the GDC Awards.
I didn't look at those at all. What's that about?
That's well, they have an award show every year, and it's one of those kind of, as I understand it, it is recognition from your peers sort of stuff.
So it's more banquety, less.
No,
it's supposed to be something in the water, right?
No, it is. I don't believe it is a banquet. I think it is just sit in this hall and then we'll announce awards. But unlike the stupid DICE Awards with Jay Moore basically screwing it up, this is also, I believe, open to a lot more developers and publishers, whereas the DICE Awards are only open to people that are members of that organization. Right. So it's like this subset of the game industry giving itself awards, and then they throw Jay Moore's coked up ass on the front of it, and it's just pointless. So this is just I guess it's a more relevant award show, is my understanding. And also the IGF Awards will be at the same time, the Independent Games Festival will be giving these awards. I'll be curious to see. A lot of fun stuff has come out of the IGF before.
I'm out of range.
We've definitely seen some up and comers.
And Audio Surf came out last week. That's a big IGF finalist.
Which I still need to check out. But in the past, the introversion guys,
what's that do?
Guys, they've kind of these are pretty solid cats that have ended up coming out of that those circles. So it's definitely something to watch.
Yeah, for sure. And that's Wednesday at GDC. What do you have for Thursday?
Thursday, nothing until 2:30. I've got a dialogue production for BioWare's Mass Effect Lessons Learned and Future Plans. I guess the description goes to talk about how they made like 30,000 lines of dialogue were recorded for the game, and just how could they have done this better and made this streamline the process. And that's the dialogue is the most interesting thing about Mass Effect, more than the setting.
Oh right, yeah.
To me, even like the story itself, how it's told, I think is much more interesting. So, getting a little insight onto
so if I don't confirm, it just will stand there and get
I
hit.
have a couple of things written down for earlier in the day at 9 a.m. Peter Sydow of World in Conflict fame is going to be talking about that game's development process and basically how they went about, they went about it all wrong and still managed to make a really good game. Is sort of what that one's sounding like. And then Sony is having a session at noon called Creating Content for Home. We're going to talk about the technical aspects of making stuff for PlayStation.
applied for it, I remember.
No, I did not. No, I haven't seen Home in a long time. And as I understand, it's undergone some pretty big changes in the creative process.
But you actually still give a crap about Home?
I want to see it. You know, I'm interested in seeing it. I don't necessarily think it's going to be this great thing because I think that a big part of Sony's push for it is going to be marketing oriented and making these partnership deals with people to get content into Home that is not necessarily in the best interests of the player. But at the same time, there are going to be developers out there that are able to use Home to better enhance the game. Like Warhawk, I guess they're patching Home support into Warhawk pretty soon. And you'll be able to basically
I got my headset
with a bunch of
with
dudes
that.
and launch a Warhawk server
Right?
from there, and it'll take everybody right into the game.
No, I actually didn't
and right
pick
back
up
out of it,
Warhawk.
I guess,
I got
once you're done or something like that. So it seems like there's a potential
too
for
far
some
away.
interesting
Rainbow Six.
integration
Nope.
there, but we'll see.
Well, you know, I agree with you that it definitely seems like there's a big
SOCOM,
marketing and sales-centric push
SOCOM,
from Sony for Home, but you know,
4,
that
I
stuff is
think,
not
whatever it
inherently
was.
bad because you get that in Xbox Live, and it's, you know, the key is
Cool.
that balance is, you know, making sure that the stuff that benefits the user doesn't overwhelm or isn't overwhelmed by the stuff that is just blatantly for money, y'all.
Right, so like when you say want to have a Grey's Anatomy theme and picture pack on Xbox Live, attaching a price tag to it is like a double slap to the face.
So let's talk about that for a second, because I saw that the other night, and that's pretty mind-blowing. They're charging, there's a Grey's Anatomy picture pack and theme on Xbox Live Marketplace that they're charging for. And the standard up to now has kind of been for any promotional stuff like that for TV shows or movies has always been free.
Well, I think that there's a weird kind of culture line that they have tried to distinguish, where it's like, if it's a picture pack that they think that the average Xbox user would be into, so like, say, the Adult Swim picture packs, and the pack, that stuff, they've charged for that because they think they can get away with it. But then when it comes to movies like Shooter, like Axe Body Spray, like the T-Mobile Sidekick, like all this other stuff, all that
Alpha
stuff. Alpha Dog, yeah. So your Justin Timberlake picture is free. And I think that the Grey's Anatomy thing is the first time when I've looked at it and thought that they made the wrong decision. Like, that should be on the other side of the line. It should be free because who the hell cares about Grey's Anatomy?
Well, it does have a pretty large following, but at the same time, I think you're right about that, about there being that kind of culture line, because I think there's the culture at large, but then there's the culture inside of Xbox Live, which is
What do we
a
have
little
up
more
here?
insular. It's maybe a little more fringe. If you go and look at what the top 10 movies or top 10 TV shows on Marketplace
go.
are, that's not going to necessarily
Any more
reflect
of the
top 10
Yellow
shows on
Boys?
TV.
Right, exactly. So, like, to put something like Grey's Anatomy in front of people and say, here, pay for, the ability to have this woman as your picture.
Pompeo.
Sure, whatever. I totally don't get it. Like, that just seems so backwards. Like, they should be paying me to advertise Grey's Anatomy to people.
But do you
There's
not
the
think
right
that it's
there,
weird that that the standard on the other side for all of the game picture packs and themes is that those are for pay, even though those are promotional and often as niche, if not more niche than.
I don't quite know how to articulate the difference, but I paid for the Tim and Eric picture pack and didn't necessarily feel awful about doing so.
I did the same, and I've bought a few other.
Awesome. So we need 3 more of those guys.
In the past as well.
Yeah, like I bought a Street Fighter one
one's
and I bought a
done.
Mortal Kombat one and that sort of
Yellow
stuff.
Boys
But
over there.
yeah, the Tim and Eric
Yellow
one I
Boys
think was
over
the first non-game related one that I had purchased, and it just, I don't know, like, I think because it makes sense, like, oh, of course they would charge for that because
Oh,
people
what's
might
this?
actually want that. Whereas like Grey's Anatomy or Alpha Dog or all that other stuff just seems like,
Okay,
like I guess
Rocket.
the promotional aspect of it just seems more crass and more upfront with
Yellow
those
Boy
sort
over
of
there.
things kind of intruding into the Xbox Live space.
I guess it's funny because you can kind of read any of these
Oh,
prices
sure, that's not safe.
as being Xbox making presumptions
Still
about
one?
who you are.
Right, and so and that's the thing is they've been pretty much right so far. Like,
You
oh,
like this? Will you pay for this? And you're like, yeah, that's right. I'd pay for that.
Yeah, it's like, oh, you jerk. All right, but yeah, I guess I will pay for that. But yeah, like I'm not gonna pay for this Mission Impossible 3-pack as much as I do like this picture of Ving Rhames.
You would have paid for the picture of Ving Rhames.
I don't think I would have paid for the picture of Ving Rhames. I'm gonna stick to that. I really don't think I would have paid for the picture of Ving Rhames.
I might have, because I bought the Command & Conquer 3 picture pack for the picture of Billy D. Williams and actually picture of Billy D. Williams and picture of Michael Ironside. So that was
I'm
kind
out
of
of
a twofer.
range.
Yeah, I guess I can see that. I don't know. I just wish that they would get rid of all this like for pay like icon stuff and just let everyone set their own picture and use that as a default picture and just
more yellow boy.
Be a little more on the ball when it comes to punishing people that use that to then put porn in or whatever, because that's why you can see someone's custom picture but only if you're on their friends list, and it requires a camera. You can't just import a file for your PC or something like that.
Well, I mean, here's kind of the thing about
No yellow
the
boys
argument
here.
against what we're saying about these pictures is the nominal cost for Microsoft to get the assets for these Grey's Anatomy things and to put them up and then to say, all right, it's $2 for this or it's $1.50 for this, is nominal in the face of however you make them. That's basically fat money.
Right. Yeah,
It's basically free.
It's too
like
far
we had
away.
these pictures and we put them in the system, and now they get, I'm sure Microsoft gets 10 cents or whatever out of it. Some percentage of how huge it is, but
yeah, something that covers the bandwidth cost for however much cost to send you those
one
pictures.
yellow boy. Come on.
But I look at it the same way I look at like AOL Instant Messenger icons. Like, what if they started charging for those and you couldn't,
They tried to for a little bit.
Really? Like,
They
that's
tried to,
crazy.
and I agree. It's completely batshit loco. It's just unacceptable. It's untoward.
Exactly. And if they want Xbox Live to be this kind of ubiquitous service that has that sort of appeal, they need to put users in control of more aspects of it. And I think
But they won't, because they still want that control. They still need that to some degree. But
well, at the very least, they need to start letting me import JPEGs as my like friends list picture, so that I'm not holding up my laptop to my Xbox Live Vision camera, so that I can take a sweet ass picture of whatever is on my screen.
I'm out of range.
But then it would rob you of that fun, home arts and crafts experience.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
All
anyway,
right, so 4 o'clock.
Yes.
Did you have anything else after 2:30? My next thing's at 4 o'clock on.
It's too far away.
No, nothing until 4.
4 o'clock. Creating Spielberg boom blocks.
Yep.
With your friend and mine, Lewis Castle.
Lewis Castle keeping it real about boom blocks. This stuff about boom blocks looks crazy, and all the hype about it has been really weird. So I want to see some of that for myself.
I'm very your friend Fielder is working on.
Just classic Call of Duty.
Good for Joe.
Yeah,
that's
he got
awesome.
himself onto a game that wasn't a World War II first-person shooter. So
right.
Songs haven't run
Awesome.
I've been talking to him some, and he's.
All right.
It's very difficult to describe this game just because of, like, once you see it, you understand why it's compelling and what's interesting about it. And I think even like the trailer, you only kind of get like you see that first trailer, it's like, okay, I kind of get what you're trying to do. I get it more than if you had tried to tell me, but I think it's definitely a game that I'm going to need to play to
for sure.
fully grasp. But I want to hear Lewis Castle, I want to hear my man Louis C. spit some game about boom blocks. So
they should get Louis C.K. to do that presentation.
that'd be way more interesting. Devolve into hateful spite about his wife and kids.
Exactly. That would be that. Whatever. They should just get Louis C.K. to make a Pootie Tang game.
That would be pretty good.
Push A to remove belt and whip someone's ass with it. That's all.
It'd be a good like 8-bit side scroller.
Right.
Pootie Tang game.
Okay.
Yeah. So when we don't show up to the
boys.
Spielberg thing on time and can't get into it at 4 o'clock, there is also Matt Hooper from id with a session called From Doom to Rage, where they talk about the thought processes behind id's new engine and how they're going about making id Tech 5. And
How do you think the id
probably just gonna
guys
wait down
feel
there.
about kind of this crazy
That might be the
bum rush
plan.
that Unreal put on them over the past few years. I guess more than the past few years. I guess it's, for the past 5 years or so.
I think they
Just dethroned in this engine vendoring.
I think they feel, hey, check it out, I made this rocket.
Perfect.
You know, I think that Carmack, I think only now they're realizing what happened. I think for a while there, they took their round ball. They were charging way too much for Dave Carmack's time if a licensee wanted some help from the guy that actually made the engine. Like, I had heard figures like $1 million a day, or, just like weird stuff like that. I don't know if that's accurate or not, but that's someone told me that who was close to that whole click. And apparently, I think the other thing I did hear is that as part of the shifts to this new id engine, they are waking up to the licensing stuff and realizing that Unreal has kind of come into their world and taken it all from them, and that they're going to try to be
Success.
reasonable when working with
All yellow
licensees
votes gathered.
and find a way to make this Rage engine
Let's go
more
turn all this in.
attractive to developers.
Yeah, I guess I don't know. I wonder if id can even come back in this regard, because I feel like the Unreal guys just did such an amazing job of. It seems like they kind of built this engine from the start, just thinking about how can we be really good at making an engine that other people can use. I think just like the back end support and just how they handle all that stuff just seems like in contrast, it seems like id are kind of like they are the weird geniuses who come up with this thing, and they're obtuse and difficult to deal with, but you really want their thing because their thing is really good. And it's like, it seems like Unreal figured out how to make a really good thing without all those weird edges.
Well, I think that Dennis Dyack can probably argue that point with you a little bit.
That's fair. That's fair, but I also think Dennis Dyack's probably a little bit difficult to work with himself.
Yeah, probably a little. Probably, but yeah.
All right, turn these in.
Yeah, I mean, it has been a pretty insular company, I guess. And, if they are going to try to open
The more we can do
be better about
to
licensing
clean
out
up
this engine, it'll be interesting to see if they
Nestlewood,
can get
the
back.
faster Sonic can get back to work.
So that'll be what
With
we'll actually be
Alchemy
going
now
to see at 4 o'clock when we can't
inoculated,
get in to
we'll
see.
focus on
Yeah,
getting out of here
When we're too drunk to get
and not
into
have to worry about wiping out the
to get into the Boom Blocks thing. Oh, I was talking to Alex, by the way, and he had this great idea when we were at the bar the other night, and that is that we should go to Hank's every single day that we are there.
That's a good call. I want you to know that I'm going to be going to Hank's every Wednesday for a while anyways.
That's the guy at the back.
Yeah.
I'm just going to go and call in my order and drive down and pick up the curry chicken and then
the Shadow Ridge.
out.
This is
So that has been one of the most dramatic aspects of this whole not working on 2nd Street
One of
thing,
my
and
scouts
just
has
not being able to
reported
get
back
to
yet.
Henry's
Mage, I
Hood,
need you to head southwest to the other side of Silver
It's
Line Lake
weird
and find
how
Tone. See what
over time that place became just absolutely my favorite.
Remain
Like, I thought it was okay the first time, first few times I went there years ago.
Yeah.
But at this point, any other Chinese food is kind of garbage as far as I'm
nice
concerned.
spur parts.
I don't know if I'd call all other Chinese food garbage. I just think I put Henry's on a different level. Like, there's Chinese food, and then there's Hank's. So I think that's kind of where I'm at.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think we're saying kind of the same thing, is that it doesn't even compete. It's not even like they're the same thing.
Right, but at the same time, I hunger for them differently. Like, sometimes I just want regular ass Chinese food.
But sometimes you want the fire of Henry's Hunan.
Exactly.
Burn you
So,
clean.
when in San Francisco, enjoy Henry's Hunan with over 2 locations to serve you.
The Naru have not forgotten us.
So
The
that
lightning
aside,
phrase done.
what else do we have on Thursday?
5:30 Thursday, there's a big ass roundtable called Our Games Essentially Superficial, where they kind of are going to debate that point. But the list of people at this thing: Chris Taylor,
That is
Gas Powered Games, the Subcom of Subcom fame.
Commander in the Dungeon Siege.
Yes, Lewis Castle of Boom Blocks fame. We'll have a half-hour break.
Also formerly of Westwood.
Yes, Westwood. Peter Molyneux, maybe you've heard of him.
He tells lies about Fable.
Yeah, exactly. He tells fables about Fable. Is that?
Good health,
I don't know.
long life.
Ken
All
Levine
prices
will be
here
there.
are
And
reasonable.
Russ De Maria will be there. I think he's going to chair it. That's my guess.
that makes sense. He seems kind of the odd man out on that list, but that's a smoking hot list of developers, of minds in the industry who hearing them kind of talk to each other about this topic would be quite.
Remember the lessons
Yeah,
of the
and
past.
I first saw Chris Taylor speak at last
You
year's
should now
DICE,
have
where he kind of talked about the
symbols.
importance of quality of life, and basically,
Warm
which
wishes to
every
you.
single one of these conferences, someone has to get up and say,
Kind to
you don't
those
need to
less
be in
fortunate.
crunch mode. Here's how. But usually they're trying to promote their own weird little project management software set or some crap like that.
Yeah.
Whereas Chris Taylor was more talking about, like, you should get into yoga, and it just was coming at it from a pretty wild perspective. It was really fascinating
Greetings, friends.
to hear, like, basically how they develop Supreme Commander without losing their minds.
These will do.
Well,
Thank
I've
you,
definitely
Mage.
hear him talk.
We're out to match together some equipment together to make an analysis of the samples. They shall only take a moment.
Compelling personality at the very least.
Definitely.
Healing
So,
the leg.
I
I'm
think
very
the
interested.
same can really be said about everyone else on this panel. It's a hot lineup.
Right, exactly. I think that's definitely one of the best ones. If you're going to GDC, I think you should try to catch that.
So when we don't get into that one,
Thank goodness. I
yeah,
think
there's
it'll work.
Chris
Still
Foster.
partially
I think it'll work.
Yeah, there's Chris
I
Foster
have an
from
agent fully
Harmonix,
spread at
who's going to
Silverline
be
Lake to the south.
talking about Your
It will
Music is the Game,
neutralize
which
the
is the
effects
development
of
of
the
Phase for the
radiator ship's
iPod,
power
the other
crystal
game
fell
that
there.
Harmonix put out last year.
So matter scattered the
I realize
neutralizing
that
agent near it. Don't
he's no
worry.
Alex Rogopoulos, but
Exposed long
just
enough to
kind of
become a
the
radiator.
more glimpses I can get into how they do stuff at Harmonix,
Quest objective,
the happier I am.
express
I think that
neutralizing
there's
agent at the
a pretty
radiator
unique
power crystal
mindset there,
limited to
just by virtue of them doing
botanist
almost
T-Rex.
exclusively these
Good
rhythm-based
health,
games.
long
And also
life.
just their roots
May the light
kind of
embrace you.
as a software company that makes music software rather than
Fine
as
specimens. Thank you for performing the field
game
work.
developer.
Plenty
Right.
time to analyses.
Yeah, and I wouldn't be surprised if they end up
Favor the road,
picking up
traveled by few.
Dylan Fitterer, who's the developer of AudioSurf. I wouldn't be surprised if they seek that dude out and go, hey, you made something like the stuff what we make, and it's also cool. We should work on this sort of stuff together, move to Boston.
Do you think that they would? Do you think that that's something Harmonix would do? Or do you think that someone looking to like horn in on Harmonix's action would do? Do you think that there's someone else out there sees that same potential? I almost feel like that's more likely because I don't feel like the Harmonix guys would say, well, yeah, he's good at it, but we basically did that already. So
Maybe. I don't know. Who can? Yeah, I guess I can see it from that perspective, but I don't know. Something about just the way Harmonix operates and kind of how they've been doing business. I can see them
This
wanting
guy
to
should be
do
good
that.
enough.
you just won't shut up about this AudioSurf thing.
Yeah, dude, AudioSurf is pretty awesome.
I don't have a personal computer.
An IBM PC. You don't have a
I don't have
PS.
an IBM
compatible.
clone.
Yeah.
I don't have an IBM clone here, so I can't run any.
Alright, level 6.
8486. You don't have any of that stuff.
No, I don't have that chipset, unfortunately.
Well.
So I can't be playing it, but it does seem very interesting.
It is very cool. It's not perfect.
Spreads this thing out,
Since it
this
launched on
go
Steam
away.
last Friday, there have been some people talking about some bugs. When you have a game that's made by a dude or like 4 or 5 people, that's bound to happen. And they've already been on top of updates.
I
so,
need to get closer.
It's been pretty awesome. Very good kind of scoreboard fighting is possible with that game, and that's pretty cool.
I'm out of range.
So Friday, final day of
Oh, you mean like on it,
GDC,
on
the
it.
Game Developers Conference.
Yeah, Friday I've got one thing I absolutely positively must see, but it's not till the end of the day. I've got 2 things lined up before that. Which
Okay.
I don't know. I didn't see a whole lot on Friday, but maybe you found something I didn't.
Friday morning, 10:30. There's
Prototype.
David Jaffe is gonna say something.
Oh, really?
ridiculous.
Okay.
He's got the session's called "From Grunt to God to Startup: Career Lessons from the Edge of Game Development" by David Jaffe, which sounds like David Jaffe wrote that himself.
Yeah.
It definitely seems kind of how he regards himself, but if nothing else, David Jaffe is interesting to watch.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
Alright.
Definitely has a lot to say. The thing I had for 10:30, the thing I found, which
Tolan,
I probably
here you are.
Arcanon
Jaffe thing,
Poros.
but keep in mind that we won't be able to get
Help
into
Blood
it
Elves.
because we'll still be too
Help
drunk.
Blood Elves.
Is
They
Prototype,
ambushed
the
me.
Artistic Vision Uncensored.
Don't have
It's
long.
You know that game from Radical?
He
I
was
was,
willing
I
to
was,
put
I
out
was looking at
thread
that
to find
session.
out
I
why
definitely
they're up,
thought about it, but
what
this one
they're up to.
superseded it. That
Yeah,
one.
They're on
yeah.
the
But
Rich
Radical
Planet.
is working on this game.
Kills
That's kind
him,
of
but
their
scouts, then
open
return
world,
to Atoll and
ridiculous,
the
like
Shadow
high
Ridge.
tech game.
Cool.
Yeah, and it's called Prototype, and
Dionys
the
Aka.
information out there about it so far has been pretty
Maybe I'll find that
minimal.
quest.
But it's looking
Alright,
really
with that said
cool.
and done,
So I
I'm
just
gonna
want to see
sit
more
here.
of it.
Something
you.
about that game has very much the
Now we gotta call it a night.
Force Unleashed feel to it, where they're the ethic behind the game creation seems to be about